I don't know what it is about the Xbox 360. Well, I kind of know, but we'll talk about that shortly. But people are still going after for these Xbox 360 games, and I mean, to be honest, I'm one of them. But I'm not going as hard as other people. I mean, some people are really, really picking up on this Xbox 360 thing, and it's been going on for a few, years now, maybe last 2 years if you've really been into it. And I've been talking about it myself. But I really would say this: the last week or so, I've been seeing people talk about it not just on the YouTubes or on Rumble or anybody else who make content, in other places. There's people that I know locally have been asking me about Xbox 360 games, where to find them, where do I go? And I find this really fascinating because I think personally, anything from the 360 on, PS3, PS2, original Xbox, I don't know too much about the GameCube and Dreamcast, but I think that sixth and seventh generation, and even the Wii, which I will talk about that sometime down the road, those games are being sought after, and these games have really good value. So I understand where people are going at. So I'm gonna talk about that really quick, and I'm gonna get out you guys' way. Just wanted to talk about this because I thought this was very interesting. I know Astrobot was just released. My son was talking about that. We will go and pick that up sometime later on today. He definitely wants that game, and me and him are gonna have a blast this weekend. It's gonna be awesome. So that's a PlayStation game, and we're going to talk about that at a later time as well. But the sixth and seventh generation, the Xbox 360, we're going to talk about that right now. We're going to jump into other ones, throughout the video. But people are really going after these Xbox 360 games. And I find this really awesome because now people are starting to see, like, okay, we understand that the Xbox store is not, up and running anymore. We need to get these games that we missed out on. Some of them, even though they're not necessarily digital, it just people will start to think like, okay, the store's closed. I still have my 360 laying around. I'm not really in tune with the new generation of games because I know like the Xbox One, Xbox Series is not really appealing to a lot of people. People are going back to play the 360, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't blame them, especially if they do have an Xbox One or Xbox Series that plays some of these 360 games. But if it was up to me personally, I would just get a 360 console. Right now, you could probably find one for maybe like 60, 50, probably in some cases $40. You could get and you could, have a really good time. And a lot of these games on 360 are very high quality. Some games on 360 ran better than the PS3 counterparts, a good bit of them. So I understand why people are going for the 360, and I think it's a very good investment. If you're going to go into it and you know you're going to have fun with games down the road, I think it'll be an awesome choice. Also, if you get a 360, I don't know if it'll still work, because, well, it should work because you can still hook up to the internet. You should be able to still play, get the patch and play original Xbox games on your 360, which that's a whole different aspect of the 360 was, because some games on the original Xbox play absolutely phenomenal on the 360. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm gonna do a little side note behind me. If you see these games right here, when on one shelf and the other games on the other shelf, I have them divided where these games right here are all the games that I have that play on the 360, and the ones on the other one, this one over here, those ones that don't play on the 360. So I kind of managed to space those out so I know what games I can play on my 360 when need be. But it just shows you, like, look at all these games I have right here, and I mean it goes all the way down another feet or so where it's a bunch of games that do play on the 360. I think it's up to like 600. I think it's like 660 titles or something. Like more than half play on the 360. So that just another side note. But getting Xbox 360 games, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's the move. It really is. It's probably the best move right now, knowing that a lot of 360 games do play with your Xbox One or Xbox Series. You can still, play them in various ways. Unlike the PS3, it's like you're kind of like stuck. Even though the PS3 collection, you want to get into that, it's not a bad idea either. But the 360 is like the way to go right now. It's been that way for some years. If you've been a guy like me and a couple other guys who've been making videos about it, they've been talking about getting a 360 for some 360 games at least since 2021, maybe 2022. We've been trying to be ahead of the game because I knew something like this may happen, and some people may feel like there's a lot of FOMO. Xbox 360 games are rising a bit, and this is, I think the 360 PS3 was like the last era where you could actually pop in the game. You may have some patches on a handful of games, but for the most part, the games on those consoles, they work for the most part. You may have some exceptions where the game is completely broken without a patch, but it's nowhere near like it is on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, or the Xbox One, where even when the Xbox One, Xbox Series, some of the games are not even on the disc at all. So, it's like you getting the best value because whatever you buy on the 360, 9 times out of 10, you're getting the complete experience. So I think outside of one game I know for certain, like the Silent Hill HD collection, I wouldn't recommend getting that on the 360. I think it still has all the bugs in that game. The PS3 tried to clean it up, but still, I wouldn't recommend it if you really want to play them. I bought it because of Silent Hill 3, and I'm not very happy about it because I know the game is broken, but I do have it. And if I want to experience it, I can, even though it's not the best way to do so. But outside of that, the Xbox 360 have some fantastic games on there, and a lot of people are doing it. You can go on the web. You can go on YouTube right now and just look it up. The last couple of days, even the last couple of months, people are buying stacks and stacks of 360 games. Hell, even I done it on one of my pickup videos when I picked up some Xbox stuff, and I picked up some 360. I picked up some I picked up some Xbox One, Xbox Series games, and I talked about me picking up the Fable collection. I picked up the Halo Master Chief, not the Master Chief Collector, but Halo 1, the remaster, the original remaster on the 360. And I got these games right here. I don't want to show you these yet, but these are 3 games that I'm going to show on a pickup video down the road. These are just 3. But like I said, tomorrow I plan on, or later on today, I plan on going to pick up Astrobot. And with that being said, I'm probably gonna pick up some more games, and I'll do another pickups video for all the games that I did buy, for the last couple of weeks. It's just awesome. And like I said, the 360, you can't go wrong at the end of the day when you're trying to, pick up some games and you want games with some good quality. Between the 6th and 7th generation, man, you can't go wrong. Like I said, I'll say this before I get out of here. I think 360 right now is the top tier for the best value of any games you'll get in the 6th and 7th generation. That's the way to go. Then I don't want to rank them, but then you still have the PS3, which is good. The Wii got a lot of shovelware, but they do have a lot of games that you probably can't find anywhere else because the console is so unique. So those may go up in price really fast. So that's another console I will talk about later that you may need to jump on. The 6th generation, dirt cheap games are pretty much all the original Xbox games. I think that's the games you can go to and you can get a lot of games cheap. Some of them are creeping up in price. The PS2 is another one. You can get a lot of good games out of there. Some of those games are going up in price, but those like the prominent ones. I would honestly, at this point, you can get some good games out of the GameCube, but that's starting to get out of reach unless if you want to start paying hundreds of dollars. And quite honestly, you can forget about the Dreamcast at this point. The Dreamcast games are starting to get up there like at least the good ones are starting to get up there like the Saturn games. Not as expensive, but it's starting to creep up there. There's some $100, $200, $300 games up there. With some of the good fighting games are starting to come down a little bit because the Capcom Fighting Collection is about to come out, which I can't wait for that because I'm going to be buying that when that comes out later on next week as well. But yeah, 360 is where it's at. I kind of gave you a little blueprint if you want to start collecting stuff. You really want to get in that 6th and 7th generation right now. And if you really want to get ahead of the game, PS4. We'll talk about that another time as well. But nevertheless, 360 where it's at. Kind of give you guys a blueprint, a little bit of everything. But right now, 360 is the move. I got some games I want to show off later. Hopefully you guys will come through and watch the next video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.